Stop procrastinating and start building discipline. If you are somebody who is a chronic procrastinator who just delays on essentially their entire responsibilities, then this video is for you, because I'm going to be giving you the 5 actionable steps, 5 actionable tips that you can start today to build discipline and to stop procrastinating. So to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I was a book definition of procrastination, okay? I procrastinated for literally everything, okay? I got C's in college. I didn't even apply for my degree. Like, when I tell you I was just a serial procrastinator, like, I should have gone to rehab for it. Like, it was so bad. Nothing could get me out of this routine, this cycle of procrastinating, because all I ever loved to do was just to delay my responsibilities and focus on things that truly did not matter, truly did not make any type of moves towards my dreams, towards my goals, towards my future that I really wanted to live. I made absolute no moves forward in that sense. So at some point in my life, I just came to the realization that if I ever want to get to anywhere in this earth, in this lifetime, I have to figure out how to do things for myself. I have to figure out how to build that discipline and that commitment and that consistency to finally achieve my goals, because I just kept thinking there was something wrong with me. I was just like, what is it? Like, why am I not able to achieve? How is it that it's so easy for everybody else? For me, it's like the hardest thing to ever do. What is wrong with me? And so I want to give you guys the 5 actionable tips that I've taken, that I've learned through my journey of learning to become more disciplined, and give you guys the tips and basically break it down for you, to give you guys the 5 actionable tips that I've learned through this journey of building more discipline, and how I've taken myself from being a chronic procrastinator and never having the motivation to do anything and never having the discipline to do anything, to now figuring out that, you know what, a lot of it has to do with me, myself, and I am the problem. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Geraldine, and I make videos all about goal setting and productivity. So if that's the content you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload. On my social media, I'm at Geraldine Silva. So the number one realization that I had was that procrastination is a lack of time management skills. I didn't know how to manage my time. I'm a pretty productive person, but I don't know how to organize my time in a way that it's the most productive. So I kind of fell into kind of the middle. Like, I was kind of organized, I was kind of productive, but I never really truly knew how to like maximize my time, to which I am making so much progress, to that I'm like completing all of my goals, that I'm hitting all my progress, I'm hitting all my marks. Like, I just never really knew how to manage my time to a T. And so with procrastination is that is a lack of the ability to plan and to manage your time wisely. Because a lot of the times I will make plans to hit a goal, right? I'm like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in 3 months, and then it's like, okay, cool, like that's a goal. And then I'll come up with the plan. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, cool, that's a plan. But I had such a hard time scheduling in all this action step and this plan into my daily living, because I wasn't A, prioritizing my goal, and B, I wasn't managing my time wisely. Because let's say the week had gone by and I had only gone to the gym maybe 1 time instead of the 3 to 4 times that I wanted to go, because I didn't schedule it in, because I didn't prioritize that time, because I had the lack of planning my week ahead to know exactly when I was going to the gym and at what time. Because when you are in a mode of when you're supposed to be executing instead of planning, then you're wasting so much time, because the week will begin. This is why planning on Sunday is just essential for me, because when the week begins, that is when I am on the go. I don't have time to sit down and plan for 2 to 3 hours what my week is going to look like, what my month is going to look like. This should happen on Sunday the night before, or even on Saturday when I have time to plan for the week ahead, because once the week begins, I'm on the go, and I need to be able to look at my schedule and know when I'm supposed to do what at what time. And if you are stuck in the planning stage, if you are stuck at the beginning of I need a plan first, when you're already on the go, then you've already lost. And we'll get to that a little bit later. But the one action step that I want you to do is start by managing. If you are somebody who just has a hard time managing your time, then this is where you begin. So my action step number 1 is I want you to start managing your morning and nighttime routine. So your morning routine should consist of you waking at a certain time, and it should end at a certain time, because at some point you have to go to work or you have to go to school. Like, create a morning routine where you're doing X, Y, or Z, right? You wake up at the same time every single day, and every single morning you're going to do your skincare. Every single morning you're going to journal. Every single morning you're going to go to the gym if you want to, or you could do that later. But create a morning routine that consists with things that are going to help you throughout your day. Okay, it sets the tone for the day. And then we are going to do a nighttime routine, meaning that we're going to get ready at a certain time every single night, and we're going to be in bed at a certain time every single night. That is your nightly routine, your nighttime routine. For me, I have my morning routine and my nighttime routine at a T. And I wake up at 5 in the morning or 5:30 every single morning, and I get myself ready for work. And then my nighttime routine is always around 7 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, I'm getting everybody showered and ready for bed. And by 8:30, I'm in bed. So that is my nighttime routine. And it helps me throughout my day understand, okay, from this time to this time, I have this much time to be able to do these things. And then this is called time blocking. I work from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Okay, that time, that chunk of time, I know I am in work mode. From once I get home, let's say at 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock to 7, that is time for me to do my stuff, my goals. And then from 7 to 8:30, that is my nighttime routine. And there's like so much activity happening today, it's crazy. You're going to practice doing this on a timer. So time yourself every single morning. You're gonna have a timer to wake up. You're gonna have a timer for your skincare routine. You're gonna have a timer, and it's gonna seem like redundant, it's gonna seem kind of pointless, but if you're somebody, again, who is a procrastinator, you need those follow-ups, you need those check-ins to make sure that you are following your routine, you're following your steps. As time goes on, you'll know exactly at what time you need to do what, so you can leave at a certain time every single day. So that is how you build a routine, that is how you build time management skills, and we're gonna start there. If you are just somebody who just cannot for the life of you get yourself into a routine, this is how we're gonna get ourselves into a routine. So number 2 realization that I had was that you create your environment. So everything that is around you, you created that. The friends that you have, the people that you surround with, obviously your family members, you know, it's a pick and choose type of situation. But again, you can choose to involve yourself with your family, or you can choose to distance yourself. I have chosen to distance myself from external family, but with my immediate family, I'm more involved. So you choose the environment that you want to put yourself in. So if you're choosing people who are not going to support you, if you're choosing people who are going to only waste your time, who are just very toxic people, then that is what your life is going to be. Your life is just going to continue to be unstable. Thus, if you bring in supportive, encouraging people who won't judge you, who will understand where you come from, then you're gonna cultivate a loving and fulfilling environment that's only going to help you even more to achieve the goals that you do want. So with that said, you create your environment. So as much as we want to blame the world, as much as we want to say like, oh, it's because of this and because of that, like, we need to step back and take responsibility for the things that we do for ourselves, and the responsibilities of, this is a mindset shift that you have to give yourself. So the one actionable step that I want you to take is, I want you to start considering what is beneficial in your life, whether it's an item, a resource, a friend, a family member, a dog, like, it doesn't matter, your hobbies, your habits, your whatever the case. Start going through your list, start going through your life and doing a life audit. What is beneficial in your life? What is creating you the most fulfilling, peaceful, encouraging environment, and what is just taking away and sucking the life and energy out of you? Because we want to create this audit so that we can understand what we need to bring more of and what we need to let go of. And it took me a really long time to understand that, and to stop blaming the world for my causes. So number 3 thing is that procrastination, this is another realization that we had, procrastination is a trigger response. As I read more about procrastination, the more I start to understand that procrastination is more of a psychological impact that we have on ourselves, rather than just a physical thing that happens. Like, I always thought that it was more of like an energy problem, or more of like, I just thought it was like this tangible thing that we weren't really able to get rid of. It's just a part of us. But the more I read about it, the more that I realize it's very psychological, and it affects a lot of people psychologically. And the more grace I end up putting on myself, because I'm like, you know what, I went through a lot of obstacles to get to where I needed to be, and I'm very proud of myself. And the more I want to teach you guys about these findings that I've had. So like I said, procrastination is a trigger response. So the trigger response is a fight or flight mode. When people have a responsibility in front of them, they either fight the responsibility, meaning that they just go through the responsibility, they just do the hard work and get it over with, or they run away from it, which is procrastination. People run away, they end up ignoring it, which causes a bigger problem, because, you know, the responsibility that we have to do is not a danger to ourselves, because the reason why we get these fight or flight mode is because it's our brain trying to protect us from ourselves. We are not fighting fires here, we're not fighting bears, we're not fighting dinosaurs, we're not fighting anything else other than the fact that we're not fighting anything other than our responsibilities, other than our hard work that we have to do, other than the action steps that we're trying to take towards creating a bigger and better life. And so we want to recognize that the more that you flight away from your goals and having to do the hard work, the farther and farther away you're going to get from actually ever achieving it. So the action step that I want to give you is to choose to fight it every time. So when you get home and you have a bunch of chores that you need to do, instead of going to lay down in bed and just lay there, I want you to choose to fight it. I want you to choose to actually just get the chores done, so that way when you get into bed, you don't have this overwhelming anxiety of, oh my god, I have to do all this stuff and I don't want to do it, and I'm just gonna hide away in my bed, I'm just gonna go on TikTok, I'm just gonna go on Instagram, I'm gonna ignore until the problem ends up being bigger than what it really is. Because at some point, if you don't do your dishes, you're not gonna have a dish left, your house is gonna stink really bad, and you might invite roaches and bugs. Like, you end up having a bigger problem if you were to just go ahead and get it over with. Same thing as like doing laundry. Like, eventually you're just gonna run out of clothes to wear, and so you're gonna have to tackle it at some point. So just go ahead and just do it now. Choose to fight it every single time, and that is where the discipline kind of comes in. This is where we start to recognize that just because we have this trauma towards procrastinating, towards having a responsibility, doesn't mean that we have to continuously choose to acknowledge the fact that doesn't mean that we need to actively choose to become this victim towards our own selves. Just go do the work, just get it over with, go do the work, and watch your life just become better because of it. we tend to make ourselves bigger problems than we need to, because we just love creating drama. We love creating this toxicity in ourselves. Maybe we grew up in that chaos, and so living in peace is not something that you're used to. But what I want to say, if you want to have something better, you got to do something that's different to have something better. So just choose to do your hard work. Just choose to go through the route that is less taken by. So number 4, if you're planning when you should be executing, you've lost already. I go back to the beginning of this video. If you are in execution mode, if you're on the go, as soon as Monday comes, you wake up 5:30 in the morning and you're on the go the rest of the week, but you don't have anything planned and you're choosing to plan on a Monday, you've already lost it. You've already lost time on Monday when you could have been executing. For example, fashion houses, they don't plan the day it's summer for summer releases. They're planning in the winter. Right now, all these fashion houses, all these retail stores are already planning their are already planning the trends for summer, are already designing clothes for the summertime. They're planning now so that by the time summer rolls around, they have the garments ready, everything's tagged and put away, so that when summer hits, all of those clothes go on the floor and you're there to buy them. They're not starting the day of summer and being like, oh shit, like we didn't have anything planned for the summer, like we don't even know what we have ready. Like we have to send it over to the factories have to make it, and it's going to take a couple weeks, and then you already lost the summer. Everyone's already buying somewhere else, and you just ended up losing out. And so it's like, might as well just wait and then plan for the next week, or plan for whatever the case. We don't want to plan while we're executing. We want to plan beforehand, so when the time rolls around, we know exactly what it is that we need to do, and we know exactly what we need to tackle. So my action step for that is, I want you to plan a day, a week, a month, and a quarter ahead. So a day ahead. So for today, we are planning for tomorrow. I am planning for my morning routine tomorrow. I'm checking over my calendar for what tomorrow is going to look like. I'm planning a week ahead. On Sunday, I am planning my week of like, okay, these are the important priorities that I have to take care of this week, and these are the goals that I want to hit for this week. I got to make sure that I hit them. And then I'm planning a month ahead of, okay, this is my monthly overview. This is my monthly calendar of what I want to accomplish for the entire month, so that when I'm checking in every single week, I'm making sure that it's aligning to my monthly goal. A quarter is 3 months. I want to make sure that I'm hitting my 3-month mark. Like, we want to plan ahead, so that when we are checking in with ourselves every single week, when we're checking in on the goals that we're wanting to create, we're on time, we're on progress, we're making moves. And so a lot of times procrastination is just a lack of planning. It's just a skill that you lack in, which is planning. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. When you plan to fail, you fail to plan. There you go. Okay, and the last thing is to stop accounting for a driven purpose, just strive. What do I mean by this? Stop waiting for motivation to kick in. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. You don't need to have this life-changing purpose. You don't need to have like all these reasons as to why you want to do something and blah, blah, blah. Just strive. Just go. Just get there and get it done. That's all you need. Okay, as much as we want to fluff things up, as much as we want to wait until motivation kicks in so we can actually get things going, I'm sorry, but just like your feelings, like, motivation goes in and out, and I'm sure we've heard this with everybody. Motivation goes in and out, and all you need to do is just strive. You don't need a driven purpose to get to where you need to be. Just strive. Okay, if you want something, go and get it. If you want to have the richest house on the block, then work hard for it. If you want to have $1 million in your bank account by the age of 35, go out and do it. Just strive. Okay, you don't need to have a desiring why or purpose. You don't need to figure out all of these things, because these things come along as you go through the motions of, this is my goal, this is my vision, I'm gonna go through it. And as you're going through it, you start figuring things out of like, you know what, maybe this goal is not, this vision that I had is not really what I want, and maybe it's this, because you go through trial and error. Sometimes you just need to go into it and figure out whether you like it or not to do more of it, because if you end up liking it, great, then you made a right choice. If you didn't end up liking it, then okay, what can we do instead? What can we veer towards instead? But you'll never know unless you don't try. You'll never know unless you're actively working on it. And so I've just lived through that philosophy now of, I don't need to have a driven purpose to do every little thing. I'm just gonna go and do it, okay? I don't need to tell myself why I need to wash the dishes and what washing the dishes mean to me. I just go and do them. I just do it because I already know that once I finish, then, you know, I have a clean kitchen and it makes me feel happy. I don't need to go through these multiple steps as to like, oh, I need to get the motivation. I need to wait until like I'm in the proper mindset to do it. Like, no, I just get it over with, and the proper mindset will happen once I finish doing it, because that's what's going to cause me to have a better mindset. Like, I don't wait until I desire to do something. I just go and do it because I know it's what I have to do. I know it's what's going to make me feel better, whether I feel like doing it or not. So just go and do it. So that action step is, again, don't rely on your emotions. Rely on the logical side of, if this is causing me anxiety, if I know if this is going to make me feel better, then that means I'm going to go do it. And, you know, just get it over with. Just get it over with. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Joel De Silva. Also, please go sign up for my emailing list, where I will start sending you guys weekly newsletter, which I am already. I send them every Thursday. You just get just that much more insightful tips and resources for you guys. So if you also, when you sign up, you do get a little bit of a freebie. You get a goal setting mind map, which helps you organize your thoughts into a cohesive plan so that you can go and get your goals. So if you want that, it'll be free down below, my emailing list, and you will be signed up for my emailing list. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.